You know what? Because I almost turned us on Facebook Live again. That's why. Okay, so here we are. We missed the dried persimmon. Sorry, but we're on Nigella, and I wonder what she's doing with those bananas, because she always is so like sexy, and you know she like has to like.
All the books.
Yeah, exactly.
And she's got a new book out called Eat, Drink, Repeat, or something like that. And it's so she's making this curry, and then she says, guess what I'm going to put in the curry now? And she basically kind of marinades banana skins in something. Like I came to it late, and then slices them and then fries them and puts them in the curry, and they look like
she like fries them in oil.
Yeah, and then adds them to the curry, and they look like a kind of aubergine, eggplant skins in the curry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really good.
And then you eat the banana skin?
Yeah. It's cooked in the curry. I'm gonna find the recipe.
Okay. I just can't believe that with all the things we've seen done to bananas in Indonesia, I've never seen them fried and put in a curry. Or anybody eat a skin.
Or you just
get desperate
Oh,
time.
here it is. I found the article in the Telegram.
And
what?
So
today's Google Award goes to Astrid. Here we are.
Exactly.
Nigella unveils a banana skin curry. Yeah.
Hey, when you
I don't know. That sounds terrible.
Go to Astrid.
Sorry?
Where does that link go to?
Where can she find it?
Where?
It seems to be an article in the Telegraph newspaper.
No, but like, does it go to?
Telegraph, right?
Where do I retrieve it from?
Oh, the chat. Sorry, the chat. Oh, and you know what?
I've got something else. Don't worry, I've got another.
Yeah,
one.
but what you do is you go onto the chat, and then there's a little thing that says save chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
you
how
got
you
the
do it.
Telegraph. Oh, here's this one.
Or we could email it.
Oh.
But if you open up the chat and then you go as if you're going to write a chat to somebody.
Oh, I like that.
And there's that little dot, and you pull
Mhm.
that down and you go save chat, and then it'll be on your computer, or what are you on, an iPad or a
iPad?
I don't know where it'll
I'm
save it on an
just-
iPad. I don't have an iPad.
I'm just gonna send it to myself.
So it's
Yeah,
it
but
looks
it's gonna
really
send it to
tasty, like
everyone.
as
It's
always.
sending the people.
Yeah,
in.
it's not unfortunately getting you the whole recipe. You have to buy the book, I guess.
Yeah, it should
Cook,
be.
eat,
It
repeat.
might be on the BBC. I can't remember whether it was BBC or Channel 4. If it's on the BBC webpage, you can find it.
It's Channel 4. Yeah, we'll go there and look for it.
Now that I've done that, I see there's a website
Is that NBC?
There's a website called Not Quite Nigella, and they have a recipe for banana skin cake.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
The thing.
Then there's
I don't know.
banana peel ketchup. Banana peel ketchup.
You know, I had this weird.
That just does not sound good at
At
all.
the end of summer, we had a bunch of green tomatoes that hadn't quite come in, and so I was looking for green tomato recipes. Come to find out that green tomato or green tomato is used for banana, and so it brought up just a glut of banana-centric or plantain-centric recipes.
Yeah, I could imagine plantain, like fried plantains with
I think it's a Caribbean maybe
with like a tomatillo kind of
And
salsa.
Jamie Oliver has a green tomato chutney recipe, because this summer the tomatoes for a lot of people in England were very late to turn, and so like by the end of the summer people still had loads of green tomatoes, so they were making chutney.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe even jam out of that too, right? Can't you make green tomato?
I've done that. Yep, I've done that. Made chutney before. It's all very good.
Wait, Rosaline, at the beginning of the pandemic, didn't Channel 4 have like a national exercise program that you guys were doing?
The Joe Wicks, no, it was but it's actually one guy. I think he's on a YouTube. Joe Wicks. The Queen gave him a thing for like lockdown. What do you call that? An MB. I think he's Sir Joe Wicks now.
Oh, he got a title. Like
he's this really, really cute trainer. I think he actually was a food guru first.
Mhm.
And he was doing like these 15-minute family workouts every
Right,
morning.
I remember at the
The whole
beginning of the
country was doing
pandemic.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole country was doing it. Very sweet.
That's
But
impressive.
yeah, we've signed up to a new thing called Gusto, which is where they deliver to your house like all of the ingredients for a meal and the recipes.
Yep.
Which I know that sounds like really cheating, but
No,
my,
it's
my
I
darling
feel like
husband,
everybody does that here in the States.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're so
but
popular here.
Neil's not a great cook, and he comes in every evening going, okay, what am I going to cook? And he gets really panicky if it's missing an ingredient like pomegranate molasses or something, and says, oh, I
Oh,
can't.
come on. He doesn't cook anything with pomegranate molasses.
No, but I might.
He's like the beans on toast guy.
No, but I'll give him a recipe and say we have all of the ingredients, and if it's missing one ingredient, like the non-essential
yeah.
molasses, he freaks. So the nice thing about this stuff is that it's
Comes
got
with
all the. So now
It's all
we're
in the
getting
box.
3 evenings a week, yeah, and they're couple of them are recipes by Joe Wicks.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah.
see.
So
And
he's
did you
kind
get the vegan version then?
Yeah, they do plant kitchen stuff and everything as well. So
Mhm.
it's really yummy. Tonight the last 3 nights we've had such lovely meals. So I'm convinced. So it only comes 3 times a week, and then he cooks those. I don't cook those. So I'm happy. We have
Yeah.
solved our problems at last.
No, no more beans on toast. I've definitely had beans on toast with Neil.
Yeah,
That actually sounds really good. What kind of beans?
yeah.
like Heinz
Oh,
beans,
Astrid, don't
Heinz
have flashbacks.
baked beans. Heinz baked
Heinz
beans.
baked beans on toast.
Oh, like truly baked beans.
On
Yeah,
toast.
Baked beans on toast.
It's an English
No,
thing.
but you guys do that too, right? Is that not just
No,
What?
no, we don't do that.
Don't do
No.
that.
I did that when I lived in Great Britain for 5 years as a student.
Because, well, a lot of students, yeah, or students usually have it like Marmite on toast and then the beans on top,
Yep.
Oh.
which is a really nutritious meal. I
I
know.
resemble that remark. Yep, that's totally true.
Here in the States, we just had peanut butter for dinner. Just scoop of
Well,
peanut butter. There's nothing in the
On toast.
kitchen. Well, and
Yeah.
on toast.
Neil does that too.
You
But
know,
Neil puts butter. Neil, this is how disgusting. He has toast with butter and then peanut butter.
Guess what I had for breakfast this
Oh, boy.
morning?
What?
English muffin with
Peanut
butter
butter.
with peanut butter. It's the best.
Yeah, that is good. But then you were like did a massive workout for about 10 hours, right?
It's always the follow-up.
So that's the difference. We get the same thing for breakfast and then sat at our computers for 10 hours.
Oh, it's that little like, preface. It's like before cooking, you have to do this.
Yeah,
Like it's in the recipe.
yeah. I wish.
Mhm.
Maybe they will. Maybe I think they are planning to do that. The government was planning this massive post-COVID anti-obesity program in the UK. I don't know what's happened, but they were planning it, and they were saying they were planning to have like little icons on the back of kind of packets because they already have the nutritional contents obviously and the calorific content, but they wanted to like add little notes saying, walking for 30 minutes at blah, blah, blah will help work off this. I mean, obviously, you've got to be really careful with those kind of messages, but they thought, well, at least some kind of a little message about, a little kind of flag,
If you eat this sugar cake, you have to walk for 3 hours before it's gone.
Yeah, exactly, something like that.
Right.
Or people kind of go, oh, okay, I'm not going to have that.
I'm not walking for 3 hours.
Exactly.
Boy,
For
can I
this
do for 10
apple?
minutes?
One bite.
Yeah. Oh, well, we'll see. So, vaccine.
Yes, Pfizer.
Oh, what's that news?
There's
today?
the vaccine's good to go. Pfizer has announced that its vaccine is ready.
Oh, well, 90% efficacy, right?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
getting very excited
So, of
to go
course,
to production.
was it Donald Jr. has now gone, oh, it's a conspiracy. Pfizer could have released this news last week, but they waited for like Biden to,
Oh my
so
God.
it's like everything's about them.
I know. Can we just be happy we have a vaccine? I hadn't heard that news. That's great.
I hadn't either.
Yeah.
I got
yeah.
a message from a friend yesterday when I said that we had decided not to go east to see my dad. And she goes, the vaccine's coming. And I just thought, on what planet are you? But
yeah.
wrong was I.
Yeah.
Now
Well,
the
that's
problem is to
great
get
news.
people to take it.
Yeah,
Because I'd seen a poll where they're like, not even 50% of the people want to take
I know.
it.
I saw it's declining in the U.S. Actually, the number of people who say
I
that they
love-
would willingly take it.
Right. I
I'm
love
not
Kamala
really-
Harris's though comment.
What did she
Remember
say?
that? She said, because they asked her during the debate what if they were to come out with a vaccine, and she said, if the powers that be come out and say take it, I'll be first in line. If Donald Trump says to take it, I will not, under any circumstances.
Well, that's true, wouldn't we all?
Yeah, because I thought the issue would more be getting access to it, right? That it would be in such high demand that you couldn't get it.
Well, we won't at first. It'll go to,
Yeah, it'll go
Um,
to elderly folks and stuff.
and
right?
people that are in the front line.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what they've said. And they obviously to get the number, but they also think all of the other vaccine companies, that
Well,
they're going to kind of
mad
share
rush to, yeah.
share the intellectual property, and the other. So they think that the other vaccines will kind of be coming pretty soon now as well. So I think people will probably decide who to go with. And I mean, I'm happy holding out for. I'm happy to hold out for a while. I mean, I guess if we're in lockdown and social distancing and keeping to all the other regulations, then I'm happy to wait my turn. I'm not in a
Yep.
rush.
Well, it's going to be rationed. I'm just looking at Al
Yeah.
Jazeera's coverage of it. They can't physically produce enough in time, right? Like,
Right.
apparently, all the vaccine companies have been producing, not knowing whether or not the trials will
Right.
come out.
Right.
But even so, Pfizer can't. I mean, they can produce 1.3 billion doses through 2021.
Yeah.
That's a good start.
That's a good start. By the end of 2021.
21, right,
So they
yeah.
can maybe crank out 25 million if they get approval in December. They can maybe produce the first 25 million by the end of the year. But
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah,
gonna be-
it's not coming to us anytime
it's not
soon.
coming
Yeah.
to us anytime soon.
Yeah.
The US apparently has a contract for 100 million doses, but
Hmm.
fascinating stuff though.
So if half the people don't want it, then we still have a 1 in 2 chance of getting it.
Well, yeah, who knows, right? Like it doesn't. I mean, if you're not going to be traveling, right? I mean, what makes sense here, right? Like, why not treat this like yellow fever and give it to people who are going to be exposed?
Absolutely.
In
Absolutely.
like healthcare, right? Like
Yeah.
first responders, healthcare providers should be the first
Mhm.
to line the vaccine. Anybody
Yeah,
who
and then people who are more vulnerable who are going to die from it if they get it. And
right,
then-
exactly,
yeah.
and people who, for whatever reason, have to travel. And then everybody else can just be.
but everybody wants to travel. That's the thing, right?
I guess.
Everybody wants to travel.
Rosalind, don't you
lot of
want to get
people
it
who
and
want
come
to
visit
travel.
us here in the States?
80%,
I want to travel.
yes, those of us on this call who actually have a passport, right? But 80% of Americans or whatever it is don't have a passport, so they're not going to need the vaccine to cross borders anytime soon.
Oh, well, that's exciting news. I'm going to have to go turn on the news.
Oh, yeah.
All right. It was good talking to you.
All right. Do this again tomorrow. Oh, wait.
Okay, shall we do our meditation?
That's
I'll try not to turn us off today.